Hello amazing people, welcome to 9.3.4 Mystic Gate with the defenders Phoenix, Nimrod, Annihilus, Ironheart, Wolverine and Gorr. The boss for this chapter is going to be Namor, Red Goblin and Mr. Negative. We're going to attempt Red Goblin, more on it later in the video. And for the boosted masteries, if you're not using your 7-star rank 3 or rank 4 champions, I would suggest you to boost a little bit because the HPs are crazy for the defenders. You will require relics. You don't really require relics for this path, but it's good to have them since there are so many of them available. They can be the difference for you costing a revive or not. Now for the counters, the best champions are going to be your reverse control immune champions. If you can combine those reverse control with some kind of stagger or nullify, they will be amazing. So Wiccan and Juggernaut would be great. Especially there is going to be a very annoying Annihilus. Make sure that you bring a counter for that. And also your regular nullify, stagger and neutralize champions will also work. So let's jump into the path and check the nodes out. So let's talk about the path fights. The first one is going to be against a Phoenix. Now if you notice underneath Phoenix health bar, she is going to gain a skirt charge every 2 seconds unless you're using a striker or any one of you is using a special attack. Now as soon as she gains the 5th charge, a multiple of 5 charge, there is going to be a 3-second reverse controls applied on the attacker. So that's why champions with reverse control immune are going to work really well for this path. So if you have those will be good, but you can also use champions that are non-reverse control immune because it's only for 3 seconds. I will show you that as well in the next upcoming fight. Now, what happens if you get to 10 skirt charges? How do you eradicate them? To eradicate those charges, you just use parry and heavy. With a heavy knockdown, you will be able to eradicate those charges and deal burst damage. Now here's an example with Longshot versus Nimrod. There's a lot of buffs on Nimrod and Longshot is not reverse control immune. So I'm just keeping an eye on the 5 charges, and whenever I have reverse control immune, I either just swipe forward to dash back or I just use parry and heavy. And that's how I get through it. So here again, I'm going to build up to my SP2. I'm going to wait for the 10 skirt charges. Then I can use a heavy knockdown on him so I can eradicate all of those skirt charges and deal burst damage. So here we go. Heavy attack. Charges eradicated into an SP2. And look at that damage. So Longshot is also amazing for all of this path because there's a lot of champions here that have a lot of buffs, and you will notice I'm back up to 2 bars of power. That is because I run 5x5 Mystic Dispersion. So if you have a Mystic Dispersion, and Mystic champions are the way to go. I've given you quite a few options on the side of the screen as well. Another great option for all of these buff heavy champions on this path is going to be a Wiccan. Wiccan is going to be an absolute monster for this path because he's also going to be immune to reverse controls. Another great option is going to be your Kushala. She's going to block unblockable specials, and also with the Soul Barb and her removing all the buffs with her Nullify, applying Incinerate, she is also going to be amazing. So yeah, we are just bringing down Nimrod. I think this is one of the longest fights I did in the path because Longshot is a 6-star champion. He's not a 7-star available to me. Now the third defender is going to be the toughest one, and as I told you in the beginning of the video, to make sure to bring a counter. So I brought in an Absorbing Man, so I don't need to worry about the Unstoppable. I don't need to worry about the Armor Break. All of those are going to help me out. Now if you don't bring that, that's going to be a bit annoying to deal with. Even with the reverse controls, I'm just using my parry and heavy in between that. So yeah, you just have to be careful with reverse control. But with the Absorbing Man, you can make a lot of mistakes. That's fine. Annihilus is just going to armor break you, and that in turn is just going to feed you. Even if you push him to an SP2, that's fine. Now you can go medium, light, medium, and you can gain your regen. The only problem is if you're running 5x5 Mystic Dispersion, then it's kind of difficult to control the power. But then you keep getting your charges super quick. You can get to an SP3, get your cruelty up, and you can deal quite a bit of damage quite easily to Annihilus. Now if you feel like Annihilus is going to be a lot of bother, what you can do, you can bring in either hero champions or metal champions and bring Wags pre-fight with it. Wags will help you reliably parry Annihilus, and you don't have to worry about him going unstoppable on parry and giving you obliterated charges. So that works out for you as well. So I've just used an absorbing man. He's gonna just destroy Annihilus, and I'll be able to move on to the next fight. So very important, guys. Make sure that you bring a counter for this fight because he can be very annoying to deal with. You gotta love absorbing man against Annihilus. So much damage. I didn't play the best way. Like I wasn't doing SP1s only and getting my Uru form perfected, but still worked out. Next one up is going to be an Ironheart. Super simple fight. I like pushing her to an SP2 because the animation is much faster and much easier to evade. So just bringing in a Juggernaut. Now Juggernaut is reverse control immune and he also has Nullify. So him and Wiccan are like the best two options for the path. So if you have any one of them, they can destroy the path for you. Another neat trick, if you don't know about Juggernaut, if you dash back from the right side of the screen instead of the left, your charges are not reduced. Your unstoppable charges are not reduced. So that's what I'm doing here as well. I'm using my right finger to dash back, so my charges stay always at 10. So I'm just gonna wait for her to throw the SP2 out again and going back in, and with those 5x5 Mystic Dispersion, whenever I nullify any armor up or region from Ironheart, I'm gonna fuel myself with power, and just like that, SP2s over SP2s, and you can take out the opponent. Now speaking of Ironheart, I'm also gonna use Ironheart for the Wolverine fight because Ironheart is also immune to reverse controls, and I don't need to worry about reverse control every 5 skirt charges. Wolverine, it's a pretty simple fight. SP1, SP2, both are easily evadable. I think I'll be able to finish him before he gets to 10 charges, but if he does get to 10 skirt charges, all you need to do is to use a parry and heavy with the knockdown, and you will eradicate all of those skirt charges, and you will deal a burst damage that will take out the defender quite easy in the end. But the SP2 is big enough to take out Wolverine, and he's out. And Gorr is going to be the final defender. This is a showcase with Kushala now. So I've given you quite a few different showcases. I've given you champions that are immune to reverse control. And now I'm also with Longshot and also Kushala, I've shown you champions that are not. Now because Gorr has a lot of buffs on him, so I'm going to take advantage of that with Kushala. And I'm going to use my SP2 and SP1 rotation. So that is going to help me melt Gorr super quick. Again, you can use Wiccan, you can use Longshot. There are quite different options that you can use against Gorr. I'm just using Kushala here to finish off the fight faster. So yeah, check out all the counter options I've given you at the right side of the screen. And let me know in the comment section what champions did you use and did you had fun with this path. I actually enjoyed this path super well. Now speaking of enjoying it, this is one boss I did not enjoy very much because he is going to reverse control you every 8 seconds, and you cannot bring in a reverse control immune champion because you will get degen and you will die. So you have to face the reverse control immune. And on top of it, his special attacks are going to be unblockable. Now luckily we have a Kushala in the game. Even if you have a 6-star version, I would suggest you to bring that because Kushala can block unblockable specials, and that will work out in your favor. And also if you take a special attack in the block and if you have your blue blessing up, you're gonna heal up as well. So Kushala is like the perfect counter. Now I've also seen this fight done by White Tiger. I've also seen this fight done by done by your Gallon because of all the armor ups that Red Goblin gets. So there are plenty of options that you can use. I've given you at the right side of the screen. Don't worry about the other nodes, but the main nodes that you need to take care about is one is your your controls will be reversed every 8 seconds. You have to take care about that. And secondly, the specials will be unblockable. Now if you don't have Kushala, you will have to evade the SP1s because SP2 can be annoying to evade. So just be careful about that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you found it helpful. I'll be back with the final part of 9.3.4 very soon. Bye.